Hello folks and welcome back to Rome Total War. I am Conistip and this is going to be part 45 of my Imperial campaign where I'm playing as the Julii. And I do like that this campaign is starting to pick up in its pace a little bit. In that last episode I was able to only take 2 of the 3 settlements that I had my eyes on, but you know, 2 is not bad. Numantia just turned out to be more heavily defended than I had anticipated. There was a Gallic army hiding in the shadows here, and it has since garrisoned itself inside of this settlement here. And that's 3 units of heavy cav right there amongst those 3 family members. And then including this unit of barbarian noble cav as well. So that's 4 altogether. That's a lot of heavy cav. So that has me a little bit worried, even as I am waiting for my reinforcements to arrive. And on the way, they will be fighting some brigands that are hiding out here by this watchtower. Even with those reinforcements, though, I don't know. That's going to be bringing me 2 archers, 2 Roman cav, and 2 legionaries. That's good. You know, that's good, but like, man, that's a lot of heavy cav. Maybe if they let me... What I'm thinking is... I can siege them and I can attack them and just shoot all of my arrows and then withdraw from the battle. Actually, no, not withdraw, because that would break off the siege. I would just let the timer run out and that would maintain the siege. Right, yeah. So a bit tedious, but like that's an option. Yeah. You know, instead of having to go into the city with spears and swords to root out the remaining, you know, whatever. There will be a lot left after I'm run out of arrows. You know, that's only going to do so much work to this army here. So the one thing that I'm a little bit worried about is that there is a handful of Spanish diplomats hanging about. And this reinforcement pool of 6 units is not going to fit because I only have room for 4 here. And that is due to what do I have extras of? So I have an extra archer and then I have an extra cav unit? Okay. Oh no, not an extra cav unit. What do I have an extra of? Is it an early legionary? Yeah, I have 3 early legionaries and then 2 is going to be 5. Okay, so that's, yeah. Which is not, you know, bad in any way. But I'm a little worried with these Spanish diplomats that they're going to bribe my guys who are sitting off away from my main army. It's making me think that maybe I should send my 2 units of cavalry like back off to Osca or Carthago Nova, perhaps. Because yeah, I've just been bitten by that too many times. If I had assassins, that's an option. Maybe if I could train assassins. Can I do that here? No, I can only train spies here. What about here in Carthago Nova? Can I train assassins? I could, but can my fresh new baby assassins kill a couple diplomats? I don't know. I've had some pretty bad luck. I don't even want to say luck. I mean, just it's been stacked against me. You know, going up against these 3 influenced diplomats and these 4 influenced diplomats. Like, I don't like my odds. You know, if I had a trained up assassin that I'd been working on for a while, maybe, but yeah, I don't have that, so. Where are you yet? You have 2 influence for you? I somehow doubt that is good enough. And it would take you too long to get over there anyway. Do I have an assassin over here? I do, yeah. 3 influence? Like, what's your chances of killing 4 influence? Let's just, like, see what the chances are. 17%? Yeah, I don't like those odds. What about you? 5 influence? No, thank you. Yeah, it's tough. So I think I should probably just send, yeah, those 2 units of cav away from this army, send them to a settlement where they can just kind of hide out and stay safe from the diplomats. And then just hope that 1 full stack can take Numantia. Or maybe send this other full stack from Carthago Nova. Once they are done retraining, that would be nice as well. They have a ballista, you know, they have 3 more archer units, which is nice. I was thinking that I would send them right on to Cordoba as soon as they're done retraining and as soon as I have enough peasants trained up so that I can feel comfortable leaving this year. I liked that idea better of doing a split push on Cordoba and Numantia at the same time. Yeah, some things to consider. But we're not quite there yet. Up here, I would rather continue to train spies, I think. Or should I send some ballistas down to this army? They could train some mercenaries. Ballistas could be nice. I don't know. I got a little nervous in the last time when that ballista wasn't able to get into that settlement. So, like, can artillery just not get into any settlements, or is it just the settlements that have like the wooden walls? Can artillery units get into the settlements that have the big stone walls? Or is it the culture that matters? Like, can they get into Roman settlements or Greek settlements? Or was it just like, can they normally get into any settlement and I just was doing it wrong? Yeah, that was making me a little bit nervous. But still, like, if the enemy does keep a lot of their units by the outer walls, obviously the ballistas can still do a good job of doing damage in that way. However, the thing that also makes me a little bit nervous is that if the arrow towers remain active, even once I've gotten inside of the settlement, I suppose the answer to that is to use my ballista to destroy the arrow towers. Yeah, I think I just saw those arrow towers. I kind of didn't think about doing that because they just seemed so small and I kind of thought that I couldn't target them. But then I was just watching another YouTuber play and I saw him target the arrow towers, I think, with his artillery pieces, I think. So I guess that could be an option. Bring ballistas, knock down the arrow towers, park them right outside of the, the walls or whatever, and blast anyone that's in range. That's not a bad idea. And if I had a few more units that I could add to this reinforcement army, that could potentially make them too expensive to bribe as well. What's the other option? Oh yeah, that's right. The other option is to have diplomats because their influence adds to the amount that it takes to bribe armies. Right. Yeah, that's right. I learned that and then I never used that. How fast? Let's see. I wanted to get, so ballistas there. I'm retraining a bunch of stuff down here. I just want to see how fast things can move. So it'll only take like 2 turns to get into the neighborhood, I think. If I trained up a diplomat here. Ooh, I could get scorpions here in Napa Martius. Oh, that could be fun too. Oh, I want scorpions. But the artillery pieces are going to move slower to get, a further distance. So let's do diplomat here, and yeah, let's do ballistas. Also, I would like to bring down some generals who could start placing watchtowers around these territories. I don't have anyone here in Osca, and I could just bring you down, Caius Ogunius, although, let's see, 15% to movement points. Actually, that's useful, yeah. Yeah, because I'm just going to be using you to move around, so. He has a couple things that increase law as well. So that's going to be increasing. I mean, obviously that's working here in Napa Martius because Napa Martius is making a lot of money. Oscar, how's your... I have to imagine that your corruption's quite high as well. Yeah, it is. Well, let's bring you down. Orders. Let's see. Should I wait for the diplomat? Nah, why would I? Forward. Ooh. Hold on. Can I stop you? Yeah, maybe check. Okay, yeah, they're gonna be okay. Never mind. Orders. Commence. Onward. Forward. Out of and sir. I keep thinking about other tasks I could send out for Marcus the Cold-Hearted with a bunch of management that he has. I feel like that would be good in Napa Martius. He's definitely, yeah, he's definitely not a fighting general. -6 from his hit points. Yeah, no thank you. Yeah, no thank you, but a lot of influence is good. Ooh, except for the 10% penalty on tax income. Yeah, I don't like that. +2 to law. I mean, that's good too. I just feel like these guys are just getting bad up here though. Just because they've been hanging out here in these settlements and they're starting to get a little bit lame, you know? And I think that a bit of moving around would be good for them. With that in mind, let's go ahead and start moving Marcus the Cold-Hearted. Yeah, let's start moving you down. Actually, let's make sure that Condate Reddenham's going to be okay. Yeah, they are. I should probably move these Town Watch out as well. Can I get away with this, or do I need to... let's see. Let's do that and recruit some peasants. 70% is... it's on the border, but it should be fine. So let's go ahead and send... actually... Town Watch are better off, I would say, in guarding forts is a better use for them. So maybe send these guys out to some more Riva, and then you can come down to Narbo Martius. And then perhaps what you can do, let's see here, you have 4 Roman cavalry that I've trained up here. And let's see here, what do I want to do with 4 Roman cavalry? Obviously I want to join them up with some other units to make up a full army at some point. But I don't quite have those units on the board. Well, let's go ahead and... there's no generals here in Lugdunum. Yeah, let's just send you closer to the front. Are you guys going to be okay? Yep. Let's recruit some more peasants here. And yeah, you can make your way to Lugdunum. I have my fleet that is on its way to the port of Batavavodorum? No. This is different. I can't remember the name of that one. Bortelsholm. Way easier to pronounce. Yeah. So my fleet is on the way to Bortelsholm. However, I do not want to wait too long to take Tara here and eliminating the Britain's threat on the British Isles. There's a small little army here that I can't quite move out and face off against quite yet because Deva is, yeah, they're borderline. 65%, I think that does mean that there is going to be a little bit of rioting, I think. I think you want to stay at 66% or higher to avoid that. But there's nothing else that I can do. Actually, did I check this? Actually, yeah, I don't think I checked this. Because you guys can probably get away. Yep, you're fine. Oh, that's not enough? Jesus Christ. Well, are we above 65? That didn't change it at all. So the garrison's at 80%. Yeah, that already is. Okay, yeah. It's just everything else. Right, yeah, culture penalty, distance to capital. Which actually, you know what, that reminds me. I've been meaning to... I have not moved my capital this entire campaign. And it's maybe time to consider doing that. I don't have a large amount of peasants in my core territories in Italy here, although at Patavium it does, so... It's Segesta and Mediolanium that I'm a little bit worried about. Uvenum as well is pretty... Let's just, like, preemptively train some peasants here. And probably in Segesta as well. Patavium can always bring more from Patavium to Mediolanium. Let's just get ahead of it, though. and train some stuff there and train some peasants there. Can we move to Patavium? Or yes, we can move there in one turn if we had to. Okay, so that's fine. So I'm thinking about Massilia as being my next capital. It would be nice to sort of lessen some of the corruption that I'm seeing in these territories, and maybe being a little bit closer would be nice. And yeah, in Spanish territories as well. While also not distancing myself too much from my Italian provinces as well. So that's my idea. What am I looking at financially? Am I looking at, so projected profits looking at 18.6. So what happens when I make Massilia? I have to remind myself how to do this. Yeah, so I think there's like, you just do this once per turn, so there's no going back once I do this. So Massilia is now my faction's capital. Right? Yes. How are we looking over here? Pretty bad. Can we salvage this? Yep, lower taxes, we're fine. Lower taxes, we're fine. Yep, that's fine. And that's fine. Easy enough. So now that's looking okay. And yep, these places are all looking a bit happier over here, I think, is kind of what I'm seeing. So let's do a quick run through of my settlements and just check this out, because if I can raise anything. What was the number? 14.6? Is that the number that I'm trying to improve upon for my profits? Yep, that's gonna be good. Nope, let's not do that. Even though I know 70 is fine, I just don't like pushing it too far. Yeah, let's stay within our means here. Yeah, that's fine. Londinium, can we get up to, yes we can, high taxes, perfect. Osca, let's go up to high taxes, and Aboricum, let's go up to that. Carthago Nova, yep, looking good, perfect. Deva, and that's going to be as high as we can get. Oh, so Deva's not in the red anymore. Perfect, yeah, nice, perfect, nice, okay. So how are we looking financially? Did we improve it? I think we did. It was 14.6, right? It wasn't 18.6? Well, whatever it was, 22 is higher. Yeah, that's okay, good. Good move. Good job, Khan. You did something right today. So since I have this fleet that's going to be making its way to achieve this on its objectives, and since I don't want to wait too long to resolve this, I probably should start building up another fleet here. Actually, I was building a bunch of peasants here. And I think that was just to maintain my happiness, I think. Let's look at this. How are we doing? Yep, we're still fine on public order. So yeah, moving the capital really helped in that regard. And yeah, I was training peasants up so that I can eventually start thinking about moving this army out. But I have these town watch that are moving up, and with these peasants as well, we might be okay to start moving our army soon enough. So let's work on building up some boats. Yeah, let's do a mix of biremes and triremes just to try to keep the cost down a little bit. I like the mix in this fleet. Yeah, 2 triremes, 2 biremes. Seems okay. You know, the biremes do get a bit beat up, but I think they're kind of getting the job done. And if we can clear out those boats and just move an army on over to Tara, that's a job well done. If I can get away with it, I would like to start moving these guys around so that they can start placing watchtowers. Can we get away with it? Did you just make the settlement happier by leaving? Oh, because the other one has more... Yeah, he has more command stars, but then you have more like... Yeah. Yep, more influence for the faction heir. Yeah, Yep, that's what happens. I wasn't just seeing things. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that then. Let's just head over here. And we can start placing watchtowers. And we can just make our way up. Because, yeah, I don't want brigands hiding in this forest, you know? They could be anywhere. They could be anywhere stealing our wealth from us. From right underneath our noses. So let's get these towers set up. Tempted to send you out as well, but... Oh, shit, there's an assassin. And of course we don't have any assassins. How's your valor? Or subterfuge? 1? I mean, Londinium's gonna be fine. General. So let's just go out and start placing these watchtowers. March. I am tempted to train up an assassin here in Londinium. What's my temple here? Did I never build a Roman temple? Where's my thing? Do I have to go down? So I have Jupiter down here. Okay. Right, to reduce corruption. Okay. I was thinking, you know, Bacchus would be nice just to get some good assassins out. You know, training assassins at places that don't have the Bacchus temple just seems like kind of a waste because you do get some good bonuses from doing that. So that's very tempting. But then again, yeah, getting rid of some assassins also feels pretty good. All of my build orders have been put in now, so let's go ahead and drop a save and let's end this turn because it's time to get a move on. Yeah, is that Brudii diplomat just gonna die of old age? Talking to Evenum. The Britons are on the move, but doesn't look too threatening. It looks like it's just a scouting party. And yeah, 13,000 in the treasury, profits 7,000. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff being built and trained up. Stone walls finished in Arretium and Batavium. That feels pretty good. It's a long time coming for that. And some, peasants mostly trained up a few troops. War declared between the Brudii and Carthage. Interesting. I wonder where the conflict point for that is. Or are they just doing it for the heck of it? I don't want the Scipii to get Cordoba before I do. And ooh, is there a spy that got into Carthago Nova? That's kind of what it feels like. Yeah, unrest up to 60%. That kind of feels like a spy. I mean, it is just newly taken, so there is that, of course. All right, what's going to increase? I mean, mines, I guess they do have mines, and it is barbarian mines. So yes, by building mines, it would be not only giving me money, but increasing my my culture as well. What's going to be more money? Paved roads or mine? Let's see, that's 12, all right. And mines... Mines feel pretty good, but getting paved roads, just for that transportation aspect as well, that also feels pretty good. I'm assuming they have their... Yeah, so roads also come in like different cultures. That's kind of a funny one. Well, let's build the roads then. That always feels like a good first thing to build up. And so that... wait, just like that made them happier by putting in the order for paved roads? Did that reduce the culture penalty just by putting the order in? No, because that's still at 50%. But the blinking unrest went from 60 to 55. Just from putting... Did I just do something else that I just completely forgot that made that change? Yeah, it's a little weird. I'm a little stupid on that one. Oh, see these freaking diplomats, man. They're trying to bribe me. I can see what their plans are. Run away. Can they still get you? Yes, they can. Damn. Okay. Orders. God, it's tempting to try to get them to, like, try to get you to them to make sure they can't be bribed, but, oh, yeah, and I can't send those ballistas there, dude. I'm trying to, like, make them a bigger army, and yeah, I can't send anything there that would make them a bigger army to, like, make them harder to bribe. I have that diplomat up here, and he can get there. Oh shit, I got you. Oh yes, perfect. What do you have any like unbribable stuff? Yes, 100 increase the cost of bribe. Perfect. Oh god damn. All right. Wait, what did I? Oh shit, I got intercepted by brigands. Okay. With just you, 2 Spanish mercenaries and Iberian infantry. I mean, I should be able to beat that with a unit of heavy cav. You're not the. Are you the hypochondriac? You're not. You have -2 morale. That sucks. Yeah, gosh, that's a little nerve-wracking. Withdraw from battle? No. No, we are Romans. Let's fight. Hopefully they don't just stay in the forest. I would like to get them out of the forest. Come on, guys, get out of the forest. Yeah, if they like their chances, they tend to be aggressive. Actually, who's being counted as the aggressor here? Is it them or me? I actually don't know. Well, I have to be careful of those Spanish mercenaries because they do have javelins. If I could get into the general first, the one at the back, and then cause a morale break on them, that would be nice. The other idea, courtesy of Legend of Total War, is just to run these guys in circles until they're exhausted. Currently, they are not losing any fatigue because they're just marching, and you don't lose fatigue from marching in this game, which is wild. But I think that once they get closer, they might start running a bit. So now they're starting, yeah, they're picking up the pace now. Okay, man, they're trying to toss some javelins at me. Okay, yeah, you know, if I can separate that general's unit. Yeah, let's just hit him. And if I can just get in with a light little tap here and then pull back. How many did I kill? So I only killed 5 of their guys? Jeez Louise. Dang. This general's unit's tired now. He's not exhausted, but he's tired, and those javelins are a little bit further away, so maybe I can hit them and maybe I can rout them. He's down to 50 right away. So let's pull out now before those javelins come on in. So we've lost 2 men in total from our unit, and we did a pretty good knock on that general unit there. So yeah, the base unit's 80 and he's down to 45. He's tired. I don't have any information on their fatigue. That's a little strange. And then he's very tired. So the Iberian infantry is still... They're just like 1 step away from becoming exhausted. And that's going to be a huge knock on their... Yep, they're very tired. That Spanish mercenary. Okay, so I'm not like... I guess I have to be close enough to them. Actually, let's just hit these guys again. Down to 33. 27. Okay, looks like they're rowdy now. Perfect. Let's get back. Let's get back and not take any javelins to the face, please. Try to get back, try to get back, try to get back. Looks like we might have dodged most of those. And if we can run down the general, because I'm pretty sure that killing a general as opposed to just making one run away is gonna have them lose even more morale. Looks like one of my guys got caught. Man, you did not follow orders. That was... Come on, just stay on target. Stay on task. Yeah, there he goes. He got away. All right. Okay, now the general is dead. Perfect. And the Iberian infantry is exhausted now. But they're like spread out into like 2 different sections here, so let's make sure that the Spanish mercenaries... Okay, so they're exhausted too, actually. But their units like split in half, which is really awkward for them. So let's go in here. Ooh, man, what are they? Oh, they like... I like dodged their javelins on accident. That's kind of funny. Alright, let's try to get away. They're going to sandwich us. Let's go get away. But we did break them, so that's nice. Let's keep trying to apply pressure on these. Nope. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Now let's go on in here. Hit these last unit of Spanish mercenaries. Come on, hit them, hit them, hit them. There we go. So yeah, they are exhausted and they're losing men very, very quickly. I'm down to 20 guys. Should I back out? There we go. That's it. So yeah, we don't need to continue this in the battle. We got it done. Hell yeah. We lost 5 men, but they will be replenished. And can we still link our guys up? We can. Perfect. Okay, so now we should not be able to get bribed. Okay. Oh, thank goodness. And you are now a good commander. Caius Agunius. How about that? You know? All you had to do is hit the road a little bit, see some adventure in your life, and all of a sudden you are full of confidence. We do have ourselves this small brigand army here outside of Samora Briva. Just a barbarian peasant warband and a couple mystery units, so it shouldn't take too much to clear them out. We have Oppius Corvinus and plenty of soldiers. You know what? We can just bring some early legionaries, a couple of archers, a couple cavalry, and that should do the job. What's it going to be? So 2 warband, 1 peasant, and then 1 rebel general. Should be fine. We have ourselves a mostly open plain here, and it looks like, yeah, they don't have any high ground to hang out on. So this shouldn't be too difficult to just march in their direction until our archers are in range, and we will, of course, force them to advance on us. Throw a bunch of javelins in their face, take care of them. Once their general's taken care of, this battle should be over. Our archers are now in range of the warband. Well, I mean, they are coming towards us, so that's probably why. So we should be getting some javelin tosses in here. And we can just kind of pull back with my Roman Cav, because that's clearly the unit they want to get into. Not here, no, not on this side. Not on this side, they're just like, yep, I want to go into some legionaries and take them on head on. So let's just send my legionaries here, and you guys can come on there. And we are continuing to shoot at them in the rear. Yep, they get wrapped up right away. Yeah, so they're getting wrapped up. Let's make sure, let's take these guys off of fire at will so we don't have any friendly fire right now. And those warband are coming right back on in, so let's make sure we go back to shooting at them. There and there. And now it looks like their general unit might want to get involved, so let's go ahead and back up here. Their 2 warbands are now off the field. Let's see, where's my other cav? There he is. Let's see, can we get a countercharge here, and countercharge here, countercharge here. And you guys don't need to keep throwing your pilum.
The enemy general.
Yes, there he goes.
Gods be praised.
Job well done. Shoot at the peasants. They're the bravest ones. They're the ones that are still standing. Legionaries, come on over to hold here. And we don't need all of you. You guys can come up here and there. And that's going to be it. The peasants broke without any engagement. So that's been dealt with. We did
This
lose
is a
11 men.
heroic victory, worthy.
And we should be able to get back into some more Briva, hopefully, to maintain our public order. Is that a German assassin? Gosh darn, we got so many assassins floating about. Alright, let's see. So we have 338. Can we afford to retrain while continuing to recruit a peasant? Yes, we can. Okay, perfect. That's all I wanted. I spent most of my money this turn on these big-ass buildings here for my Italian provinces. Like, Bretium didn't have an aqueduct. I'm starting to build a wooden wall, tier 2, here in Ariminum. The awesome Temple of Bacchus here in Patavium. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of money left over either, so... Yeah, also a large Temple of Ceres here in Evenum. So that's where I spent all my money for this turn. Hopefully I have more to spend in the next turn. That last end turn was pretty quiet, so it doesn't seem like much else happened here. Although we did lose sight on that Briton army that was hanging out here on the coast. I wonder, did they get away in a navy? I wonder. I brought back Decimus Minucius to Londinium because I didn't want him to get ambushed out in the forest here. That would be unfortunate. And yeah, I wasn't able to build any more boats in that last turn, so I just have the one bireme. Let's continue you guys on your way to this port. Although I guess I could have smashed up some Briton boats on the way there. Oops. We can get them on the way back. Alright, what do we got here? So 13,000, not great. Most advanced faction, yep. That's us. Faction announcements. Aulus Sextius, spy in Germania Inferior, okay. You were out here, okie dokie. And retinue expands for Manius Tuditanus, Gorman's chef, +1 influence. That's always welcome. Where are you, by the way? So you are here, okay, but you have 0 influence, so that means that you already were negative. Not great for the Tuditanus clan. Appius Domitius, courtesan, +1 to agent skill. Are you an assassin? You are, and you have 4 stars in Lugdunum. Okay, alright, I wonder if you can kill that diplomat that's hanging out there. That'd be cool. That would be cool. And Harius the Killer, this is my faction leader. Drill Master, 25% to movement points, and 10% discount on unit training costs. Yes, wonderful. Yeah, that's a good one. And yeah, we got some pretty cheap stuff here, although the paved roads in Londinium should give us some decent money here as well. And some just basic sewers, try to help out with public order and all that. And yeah, pretty basic stuff. Just need some peasants and such to maintain public order. So you can continue on your way. So you'll be there in 2 turns.
Forward.
And you will be able to reinforce this army. That'll be nice. That'll be nice. Although you were going to be placing watchtowers. But, you know, honestly, like, when I started to see those Spanish diplomats that looked like they were hunting my small army, I think this is okay. This diplomat can come down.
Without delay.
Maybe he can escort smaller armies at some point in the future if I feel like I'm being hunted by diplomats down here. And I wonder, let's see, is it time to test this out? We can lower taxes to low. And we have a handful of peasants. Okay, by handful I mean 2, so that's not great. But if we just dip our toes out and put these peasants in, how close are we? 60%? Okay, so yeah, we need a couple more peasants for sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring some soldiers back in, and we can go back to training more peasants. Yeah, maybe a couple more units, and then we can move on to Cordoba.
Traveling with the army.
Yeah, like this. So I brought my ballistas out from Moscow because I forgot to have them be, you know, escorted by Caius Olgunius. And luckily, my diplomat was right there, so that maybe with him and his influence, okay, it's only 1, but maybe that's enough to make it so that these guys can't bribe us. I guess we'll find out.
Shall die this day.
Well, what can a 4 experience assassin do against a 4 influence diplomat?
Waiting for orders.
What are the chances? 21%? What else can you get? Dancer, courtesan. I feel like there's something else you could be getting. Dancer, courtesan. Is it the monkey? Is it the monkey that you can get? I don't know. Do catamites come from Bacchus? I don't know if they do. They might. Maybe. I feel like there's one more Bacchus-aligned retinue. Or maybe it's not a retinue. Maybe it's a trait that comes from Bacchus. Yeah, I don't want to just waste them, you know? I want to improve those chances by a little bit. But I also understand that, you know, sometimes you just got to take chances, so
Orders.
it's hard to know what to do in that instance. We do have ourselves some more brigands up here in Aboricum hiding within the signage for this town here. And what's it going to be? Warband, rebel generals. It's going to be a little bit tricky here because I would have to pull some troops from Deva. I do have some peasants that could take their place. And I could take out Tertius Aemilius as well. And I probably could bring you up as well, Decius Minucius. So I would essentially have 3 generals units. What do we have again? So 5 in total. So I'd have 3 generals units. I could bring in a spear from Abericum. And whatever else I can get away with here.
General.
Maybe an archer?
Sir.
And maybe a legionary? Can I get away with that? I can. Okay.
Sir. Imperator.
So that's actually okay. So let's go ahead and bring you here. And then let's pull out this spearman. You go here. And you line up.
Onward.
And
Troops. Imperator.
let's combine. And let's attack. And let's attack again.
Prepare.
So yes, we do have our reinforcements. Who are we fighting up against? So 3 warband, 1 rebel general. Let's make sure that we are controlling our reinforcements. And let's get rid of them.
It's hopeful news indeed.
Well, the enemy is right in front of us. So where... Are they marching on us? Oh my goodness. Are they going to be like really nice and just let us wait for our reinforcements to come on? Alright. Yeah. Sure. I accept that kindness. Honestly, this is kind of an awkward army composition that I've chosen. Starting to question a few things here. I don't know. 2 of my infantry going up against their 3 infantry, and I just have the 1 good anti-infantry being the early legionaries. Obviously, archers can do some work. Obviously, generals can do some work as well, but I don't want to lose these guys. Especially my faction heir, you know? So let's try to be like him offset. And lead... What grouping are you? You're 2. So yeah, lead, like, try to angle like this. But then keep him offset. So they don't, you know, necessarily want to face away from him either. And he does have the biggest unit as well, with 37 men. Looks like our archers should be in range of that warband unit out there. So maybe we can draw them in. They're not in range. Okay, so they are in range of all of them. Try to draw them in. If we can draw that unit in and just have them singled out by my legionaries and my cavalry, maybe we can have an easier time of this. I was going to try to move my archers off to the flanks to get better shots, but then they did this, which is an interesting... It's an interesting maneuver. So yeah, you guys are going to get some javelin tosses in. You guys are going to get lined up for... Actually, no, you protect the archers. you get ready to... Yeah, you take the charge. And then come on in. And you go here. Archers, are you guys shooting? And then you come over here. Yeah, try not to get caught by those cavalry. Actually, you come over here. So yeah, they're broken. Let's get this cav back so they don't get hit by spears. And it's just the one unit that's not... There we go. Let's get a counter charge here, trapped by spears. Yeah, spears can turn around and trap them. And let's run them down. Let's help out my legionaries against the warband. And their general should get cut down here. There we go. So we lost 6 men. Okay, jeez, I kind of thought we would have lost more. That's crazy. Wow, how did we only lose 6 men? I mean, there's actually like engagements in that battle too.
Victory!
Jeez Louise. All right, well, that's pretty dope.
Imperator!
So I'm thinking you... All right, well, Dev is fine for now, I suppose. Yeah, maybe we're getting close to being able to move out, you know? And I have a second bireme being built here in some more Breva. I could use a couple triremes though before I feel comfortable moving out. You know, they have a lot of British boats floating about, and you're still another turn or two away from completing your objectives. All of my chores for this turn have been completed, so I'm ready to drop a save. I'm a little bit nervous about these guys being picked off by diplomats. Hopefully my diplomats can keep them safe from that. I guess we'll find out soon. And they're moving on. Okay. Phew. Kind of like watching a shark swim by. So 12,000 in the treasury. Okie dokie. And yep, got a lot of stuff built. Highways in Lebanon, paved roads in Osca. So got some money coming in there. Paved roads in Aburacum. So that should increase our finances by a decent amount. But we're training a lot of soldiers. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. All right, so now we can merge these armies, or we can like hang out and wait for the ballistas to come up. And then we can sort things out when we get to Numantia. For instance, we could maybe take the cavalry out of our armies and just put in like ballistas and archers and go real heavy on that front and just bomb this settlement down a couple of turns just to really thin out the ranks before we go in there for the final assault. Ooh, actually, okay. That's a full stack Spanish army. Yikes. I would imagine... What would be their goal? Are they heading to Numantia to save... Are they allied with the Gauls? So allies with the Spanish. So they could be heading to Numantia to head out to save them. They would not be getting there this turn. They would have to get there next turn. But that's kind of... that lines up with when I get there. So, yeah. Now, could they be moving through Gallic territory to attack me here in Osca? Or maybe even to get past the Pyrenees, for instance. I don't know. Can we find out what these guys have?
On my way. Out of moves, sir.
Iberian infantry, war dogs. Man, 4 units of war dogs. Slingers, skirmishers, round shield cavalry. All low tier stuff that I'm seeing. Some Scutarii, so it's like their mid tier, which is not great. How is their faction air? 4 stars. Okay, not bad. Not bad, but the rest of it's pretty low tier, isn't it? But if I had to fight both the Gallic armies and the Spanish armies at once, that would be a little bit dicey. Yeah, interesting. It's tempting to want to get another army down here. I have an army that's in the making of being built up. I have the Cav finished up here in Lugdunum. I have most of my spears here in Massilia and most of my light infantry here in Upper Martius. I would basically just need a few legionaries. Can I train those here? I can train legionaries in Nazca, so I could have them all set by the time the rest of the forces come on in. Yeah. Or I just put my invasion of Cordoba on hold and just send this army up to help out against the Gauls and the Spanish. I'm not at war with Carthage, so even though I do share a border with them, they might not attack. What's the route that this takes? I just want to check here and see where this goes. So units can come along the coast here, and they can come along this valley here. So there are two paths that ideally would need to be blocked with forts before I move this army up to assist here in central Iberia. I mean, that's doable. What do they have here in Scalabus? Not much, just 3 units. My fleet here can finally reach Bordesholm, and yeah, I am reminded that I'm not currently at war with the Germans, so this is going to be declaring war against them. Yeah, sorry Germans, didn't really want to do this. Trust me, I liked having peace amongst us, but the Senate wills it, so here we are. And yeah, the Brudii are just wrecking you guys. Jeez Louise, yeah, I need to get in here. I should probably get in here and take Trier. Yeah. That's probably what I should do. In fact, that army that I just described that has been built up amongst these settlements probably should be sent up to take Trier instead of being sent down to the Iberian Peninsula. Because here things are like, I don't know, I can train stuff down here in Carthago Nova and Asca. I'm not completely helpless, you know, so this should be fine, but I should probably aim to hold this so I can hold the river crossing. I should probably get a spy out here to spy on this settlement again as well. Because I will be marching on this settlement, the Britain capital, as soon as like some more Briva's okay. They have not been okay. Let's see, with all of these peasants and these town watch, can I, like, how am I looking here? So low taxes, 5% loyalty, and putting on all those peasants, it's not enough. That's too bad. Instead of building the Great Forum here, maybe I should have started building some more happiness buildings like the large Temple of Jupiter or the public baths. Even an arena would be nice. Yeah, maybe that was a mistake. I wanted the money, and that's what I went for, so
Imperator.
let's go ahead and put some troops back inside of the settlement,
General. Imperator.
just so that they don't riot. And as soon as we can send this army out. But yeah, we have to make sure we're good here in Samora Briva. Do I have like a good governor with some influence, perhaps? You have 2 influence, Lucius Nasica. How about that then? How about you? True Roman. Yeah, let's start to move you up so that you can perhaps govern Samora Briva. This is good news. Down here in Carthago Nova, I can now leave with this army, and they are going to be okay. So what do I do with this now? I don't have any town watch floating around to garrison these potential avenues. So do I just attack Cordoba? I mean, I don't even have any vision down there. That's the thing. I don't have any vision. I don't know what they have. So let's figure this out. How far can you go? Okay, so you start making your way down there. You hang out in this neighborhood so that we can keep an eye on Numantia. And I am tempted to continue to wait for these ballistas before assaulting Numantia. And my heart tells me that this would be enough to take on these 2 armies if it's done correctly. But I don't want to just march on Cordoba and just be surprised by a stack just sitting there, kind of like I was here in Numantia. So, gosh, do I... In the meantime, while I'm waiting for spies to get down there, do I just send this army up? How long would it take you to get there? 4 turns? And it's going to take you only like 1 turn to get to Cordoba. So I could just stage these guys. What's the fastest way to Cordoba? This way? 3 turns. Let's just stage you here on the border. And they can be ready to pounce as soon as we have the green light from this spy. Then we have brought Julianus Amunius from Lugdunum, and he brought some of the cavalry and some of the units that we had there, and they got teamed up with some of my light infantry and Upper Martius, and we're basically trying to form that army that I was discussing before. So we're very close. As you can see, we're like pretty close here. We just need a few more units of early legionaries, and we are set and ready to go. So let's train those guys up. Just a few more turns, and that's going to be done. And then... Actually, can I train legionaries up here? I can. Let's get 1 legionary down here, and then 2 more up here. That way, he can just march up here to link up with those legionaries, and then they can look at moving onto Trier. What do they have in Trier? Spear Warband, Chosen Archer Warband. Ooh, cool. Yeah, 3 units of those. 4 units of Screeching Women. Terrifying. Night Raiders, that's a pretty cool unit. And then, yeah, Spear Warbands, Skirmishers, Barbarian Cavalry, Axemen. Yeah, it's kind of a fun army to fight up against. What about the family member? Nothing, we don't know anything about him. 68, so he might be dead by the time we get there. What are my chances of getting in?
Your Honor.
93% chance? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. What do they have in Mogantian? Oh my goodness. Mogantiancum. I'll have to work on that one. Yeah, more Chosen Archer Warbands, some Chosen X-Men. Cool. Yeah, a few units of those. Nice. The German armies look so cool. They look so badass. I can't wait to play as the Germans. So I think that marching on Trier is within the general future. It's pretty near. It's in the relatively near future of this campaign. We will be able to march on to Trier. This is like a little bit more. I don't know what I need to do in some more Riva. Build some more buildings, I guess. Get some more peasants. Maybe. No, it's not the peasants. Yeah, because I think that my garrison's at 80%. No, it's not 80%. Okay, so more peasants would help. Well, let's train more peasants then. Let's do that from Condate Redinum. Yeah, let's just train them from there and move them on over to some more Briva so that this army can eventually move on to attack the British settlement. Yeah, that would feel pretty good. But that is going to have to wait until next time. But before I go, I just wanted to say that if you're enjoying these videos and you would like to support the channel, then consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. It all helps immensely. Until next time, this has been Conestep playing Rome Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.